Oh my gosh, she's so cute. I'm just staring at Ocean here, you guys. Oh my gosh. If you're watching YouTube, you can see her. Hello. Oh, I love the addition of the baby noises on the mic. I cannot.
I know. Well, it's funny because at night when she's sleeping, she really sounds like a mix between like a squeaky toy and a goat or like a donkey. It's like, oh, and she's like nursing. And then, like when, well, you can kind of hear it. And then she does these, oh, yes. Did you want to say something? All the noises that she makes at night are so funny and loud. And I'm like, it's a shocker that it doesn't wake everybody up.
Oh my God. I love her so much. Hi guys, welcome to a solo episode. We hope you enjoyed our little sleepover series with Phoebe Tonkin last week. That was really cute and fun.
So
she was like, what do I, but I'm not a mother. I was like, we are not exclusive. We're not the exclusive mothers group. Like, you just come, we'll shoot the shit and we'll talk about whatever. She's so great. I was so glad that she came and hung out. How
Sonia's walking in here.
Is she?
Sonia's walking in here right now because she, what's really funny, Moose, our dog, is laying on a dog bed right here next to me. And the baby's right here. And I was nursing her. So I was like, oh, come and check on us in a few minutes. And then.
Are you going to go with Sonia?
It's actually so hot in here. Oh. I think she's going to go with Sonia because it's so hot in here.
Bye.
I'm worried she's going to get really sweaty and upset.
And hi, Sonia.
She says, hi, Sonia. She says,
now the Daisies can hear Sonia's voice. They've heard so much about her, but you heard her little snippet of Sonia's gorgeous voice.
Well, we should have Sonia come on and talk about postpartum.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
Right?
She's really
Sonia,
good.
You'll have to do that. Okay.
Is she going to do the belly? Did we talk about this? The belly wrap? Is that getting done?
Yes, actually, she did do the belly wrap. She's been doing the belly wrap on me. It's called Belly Bind.
Okay, tell me.
And it's so cool. So it's a doula friend of hers company called Belly Bind. And it's kind of the old traditional way of belly binding. So you're taking like this cloth, you put oil and stuff on your stomach first, and then you have this cloth and there's like these videos that show you how to do it. And you can do it to yourself. You don't need somebody to do it for you, but she helps me with it. It's easier and faster if somebody wants to help you. But you basically take this like cotton cloth and you start wrapping around the stomach and you go all the way up and up and up. And then you go down with this piece that's like thrown over your shoulder and you do like tying around. So it's like really supportive of your back. It's warming. The oils are there on your tummy. It's very healing. And then like all the foods and stuff that, that she's like making in postpartum are healing, warming,
that
foods,
kind of Mediterranean warming, like belly food.
Like porridges and rice and things that are really have like, butter and oil and things like that too. And oats, like oatmeal every day, but a different kind of oatmeal. It's like oatmeal with like fruit and some Okinawan sugar and like all these different things that have some fat in them and also things that will sort of help your milk supply, right? And so
all these little rituals are so important.
I know. Well, they're so comforting too, because you also I think it's something that you can look forward to. Like if you don't have someone that can help you with that, if you don't have a family member or, if your partner is working a full-time job, like what I did in my first pregnancy was I made a lot of food and I put it in my freezer beforehand so that afterwards I could be like, okay, I can go heat this up,
Yeah.
But if you have a partner that can help, or you have a parent or a friend, it's like really nice to have those things and be able to care for ourselves in postpartum. There's like, sorry, but there's also like a way, if you're doing a baby shower or sprinkle or anything like that, where you can set up a thing for people to contribute to for your postpartum care. So like postpartum, like money for a postpartum doula or postpartum food service
such a good
or things
idea.
like that. Yes, which is like the best way to take care of yourself, is to be able to set yourself up with this like amazing nutrition after your baby comes. So anyway.
I think that is such a good idea. And often people don't think about doing those sorts of things. I have been feeling my own like, oh, this is my 5th baby. Should I even have a baby sprinkle? Like, oh, I feel like it's so silly for me to have a baby sprinkle. And then I think about each baby is individual, and it doesn't matter if it's your first baby or if it's your 5th baby. By the way, I had a dream. Oh my God. I had a dream last night, Sarah, that you got pregnant, that you were pregnant. This is all just coming to me right now. That you were pregnant and you were 13 weeks pregnant with your 5th baby. And it was a girl. It was another girl. And you got pregnant 3 months postpartum.
Oh my gosh.
Yes, I had such a vivid dream last night about that. And I woke up and I said to Mark, Sarah's pregnant. And he was like, what? And I was like, sorry, I think that was a part of the dream. Don't worry. She's not. No. He was like, she had the baby. I was like, no, I know. No, I just woke up from a dream that you
amazing.
were pregnant so quickly again. Wow, that is so funny.
Could you imagine though? That would be bananas. I've never done that.
People do get pregnant. I know someone who got pregnant 6 weeks postpartum. Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Can you imagine?
No. Does anyone else get like bombarded by Instagram stuff that's like, suggested for you in your feed instead of like, I'm like, I don't go to the explore page, but like it comes up in your feed. I know I sound like a grandma because I should really understand this stuff.
It does.
But it's annoying. So, but anyway, I keep getting these ones that are exactly that, where it's like, just had a baby 6 weeks ago and taking a pregnancy test, or just had a baby like a few months ago and I'm taking a pregnancy test, and I keep getting these in my feed, and I'm like, and then the person ends up being pregnant, and then they're like showing their partner and they're both in shock. And I'm like,
oh my God.
That seems banana pants. How, especially after being pregnant for so long. And then wrapping your head around like being pregnant again.
Oh my gosh. That was such a vivid dream. And I was like, wow. But you get your period back so quickly.
I know.
So it is a possibility.
I do. I get it back like right away.
I can't believe that happens to you. That is amazing.
I'll see if it happens this time. But yeah, my doctor actually told me that just saying my doctor's name made me think like, oh, we should get her to come on the podcast.
Yes, we have
to. But yeah, my doctor actually said that at 4 weeks postpartum, usually like bleeding has tapered off at that point if you have a vaginal delivery, right? It's gone down a lot. But she said usually she notices that around 4 weeks postpartum, women start to bleed a little bit again. And she was like, I don't know the science behind it. Like, I don't know if it's because, that's like a healing cycle, or, it's like you've had like the clotting that happens, and then maybe you're moving around more. And so now you're bleeding a little bit more. I mean, you have to think that the placenta, where it detaches from inside of you, is the size of a dinner plate.
It's a hole,
so that's
right? It's a wound.
It's this big. It's a dinner plate. And so when that detaches and comes off and comes out and feels amazing on its way out, then that wound has to heal. And this is what you're trying to, along with everything else, but you're trying to heal that dinner plate size wound in these 6 weeks, right? And so there's so much that goes into that healing process. And if you're doing stuff too quickly, it takes longer for that to heal.
Doing stuff like willy up the fanny. Is that what you mean?
No, I mean like doing not willy up the fanny. You can't do that until after 6 weeks, people. Okay? Keep it tight. Even though you feel a little bit normal at 3 weeks postpartum, don't think you can. No willy up the fanny.
And in America, the willy up the fanny is the bomb. You could do that.
I know. I know. You could do that, but who would want to at this point? That thing also expands. It's so intense. Oh my God. Anyway, so no, I mean like, when you're running around, like all the things that I did in my first couple pregnancies where I was like running out the door and doing all the things and like not being careful with my body. So I was like, oh, I feel normal.
I literally just scratched myself with my nail. My body is like in pain. Yeah, I've got like blood on my t-shirt from like scratching myself. My body.
She's showing us the blood on the back of her t-shirt, you guys.
Like, and it's wet back
not
there.
Small. It's not small. It's a big, it's like, a dime size. It's a dime size blood spot.
In Sarah's word, blubber. There's like a blubber spot. It's like I can't. I couldn't really feel. I was like, I must have scratched that way too hard. Anyway.
Yeah. Oh, you're at the blubber stage.
I'm at the blubber
stage of pregnancy.
Girlfriend, the blubber is real. It is.
Do you feel it?
It is.
Are
so
you feeling
funny.
all the things?
So Susie, my friend, who's also pregnant and who was staying with me the last like 2 weekends ago, I think, we were like lolling because both of us are like boom, boom. Like we both feel like penguins. And then she sent me this picture on Instagram, which thanks Instagram for it's one of those suggested for you. It's this woman who's like 30 weeks pregnant, just looking so gorgeous and hot, and this tiny little belly and these gorgeous long legs, just wearing these little shorts and just like really tanned and gorgeous. And Susie was like, whoa. And she was like, yeah, right. Like, is that what I'm meant to look like? And I was like, that is the funniest thing because I could not feel less like that. I'm 30 weeks and I keep saying to Mark, like, but there's 10 more weeks of growth. There's 10 more weeks. I did the same thing.
I know. I remember saying the same
and I was like,
thing.
I can't. Being like, how? In what area is this baby going to grow more? It's so, I know. It's so funny. Like I definitely, for Bodhi and Forrest pregnancy, actually all 4 of the pregnancies before this, I tracked what my weight where I started and my weight where I ended. And on this one, because I was like, I'm not even going to think about that. I didn't weigh myself until just recently. And I was like, oh, wow, okay. That was a surprising number. And then I went back to like, look kind of like, am I on par with, definitely not with the boys.
Are you?
What I am at right now at 30 weeks is what I was at 40 weeks with the boys.
Got it.
But with the girls, I'm only maybe 4 to 5 pounds heavier than the pregnancies with the girls. And I was like, oh, that was actually kind of comforting in some ways because I'm like, I think I'm being so lazy. I've been having naps. The naps season has just started for me. About a week ago.
It's good though.
I was like, I feel like I get a slump around 3 p.m. and I've just been sleeping. I will just go to bed and have like an hour nap and wake up and be like, oh my God, I passed out so hard. And now I'm feeling like I need to do that every day. And I definitely was more active in my other pregnancy. So I've got my Apple Watch on. I've been trying to commit to closing my Apple rings, but it just has not been happening. I'm trying to go easy on myself.
It's so good though. I think like having the nap is so important. Like you really need it. And I think it's amazing to be able to do that and let your body rest, and you feel so good afterwards. I mean, I took so many naps. Oh, by the way, speaking of like seeing things on Instagram though, and this, guys, it happens to all of us. Okay. So when you think you're alone, I want you to know that you're not alone in this. I was on Instagram the other day to post my birth stuff, and I am going through and I get another hit of like somebody I don't follow. And it's like this girl who's like taking care of myself in postpartum, and she's got like a full-blown six-pack and a workout outfit with a sports bra and shorts. And I'm like, oh my God, like when did she have her baby? So that I just like kind of scrolled back a little just to see. She had her baby the same day that I did.
Oh my God.
Same day. Literally June 17th. She had her baby.
You're like, Instagram, why did you say suggested like, for you?
Why did you give me this? This woman is not even 3 weeks postpartum and she has a full six-pack. Like, and I'm like, what? Why did you put this in my feed? I don't want it. That's so unfair.
You can say not interested in this post. You click on it and say exactly. Not interested. I'm like, don't
anything
send me
like
any
this,
more of
block it from me.
Yeah, it's so funny because you can't help but like have a lull when that happens.
Yeah, I know.
Luckily, we have a good perspective, and we both know.
Yes,
and I'm laughing at my bomb, like I'm laughing at how like my injuries and like my I think I forgot intercostal muscle, the tear in my intercostal muscle.
Oh, your rib.
My
Did
rib.
you ever get that looked at?
My rib. No, I told you I spoke to my doctor friend, and he was like, there's basically nothing you can do. Just try not to use your right arm. Like, don't push down on your right arm when you're getting up. Like, use your left side to get up and out of bed. And I have been doing that. So really
just resting it. Okay.
I have been doing that. And I've been trying not to sleep on my right side. So there was a few things he told me not to do.
Oh.
So I've been working on it. It's still there, but I'm like, oh, this is so funny. It's just everyone's pregnancies are different. Everyone's postpartum is different. Everyone's body's going to do its own thing. And you have to just try and avoid being in a state of comparison with anyone else. So what I do now is I just lull. I'm like, good for them. Well, that's awesome.
Do you remember when I told you guys, this is a long time ago I said it, but there was like a woman who ran a preschool that we had gone to and a long time ago. And she had come up to me. I didn't really know her very well at this point, but I'd seen her a few times, like with my kid and, whatever. And she comes up and she was like, oh my God, when are you due? And I was like, 4 months ago, I gave birth to a child. And I was like so in shock, you guys. I literally was like, I felt so good that day. And I had been like wearing my waistband thing that was like, and I was in like yoga pants and I was like, oh, I'm just really doing it. One of these days I'll be back in my jeans. And like, walked in and she was just like, oh my God, what are you doing again? And I was like, 4 months ago. I literally said 4 months ago.
Unless a woman's stomach looks like a 40-week ginormous stomach, just err on the side of caution, people.
Oh my God. It was amazing.
Say anything.
Amazing.
I think I've told this story before, but I was in line at David Jones going to see Santa like in 2006. And I had my little nephew who was a month old and I was holding him and my sister was with me and someone said to me like, "Oh my God, your baby is so gorgeous." And I was like, "Oh, thank you so much." I pretended he was mine in that moment. I was like, "Thank you so much." Like, oh, and by the way, 2006, I was like 20 or something like that. And so skinny and tiny. Like I definitely didn't look like I had just given birth to this newborn baby. But anyway, this woman was like, "Your baby's so cute." And I was like, "Oh, I'll take it. Thank you so much." And then my sister was like a couple of people behind me. And then she turned around to my sister and she's like touched her stomach and said, "And when are you due?"
Oh God. Oh God.
And my sister was like, "That's my baby. That's my sister." And that's my baby. And the woman was like, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry." And Vicky's like, "It's okay."
Gosh.
I know. Just don't say anything.
It's so hard. Yes. It's just, I mean, look, like postpartum it's full of all kinds of things. It like messes a little bit with your head. A lot of it in some cases. I've had, postpartum times that have been really like smooth sailing mentally. And I've had other times where it's been a real big up and down, mentally. But also like every pregnancy, postpartum also comes with all these things. So like there were, so prime example. When I did get the epidural this time, they had to tape this thing all across my back. But of course, it's me and I am allergic to tape. I just am. And so my sweet husband was like, oof, when he was seeing this tape go on my back, he was like, "She's going to have a reaction to this tape at some point because she's allergic to tape, And so when they pulled the tape off of me after the fact, he was like, "Oh my God, like it's all red here and we got to get this off of her." Whatever. And so they're working on that. You guys heard in my story that my bum was like blood red from the so we had to like do some from the cream, not the cream, for the bum was red from the soap.
Oh, the soap. That's right.
I thought they were using like wipes on me, like a baby's wipe. And I didn't realize they were using like a wipe that had like industrial soap on it. So I didn't know that that's what they were putting on my bottom.
And it's so thin back there, like so soft and thin.
Yeah. Anyway, but then there's that. And then where my belly folded over after the baby was out, you have this like stomach that's a little deflated. And so it folds over onto the skin. And where that happens, I have a heat rash. I also have a heat rash, chafing between my legs, chafing underneath that part of my belly, and a little bit under my boobs. Guys, this is all part of it.
It's all part of it. Yes. Oh my God.
Every bit of it comes with its own unique things. I didn't have those things in my last pregnancy when postpartum. I didn't have them in the one before, but these are the ones that I have this time.
Oh, I have two questions for you in postpartum. Okay. What about, two things. Night sweats, which I remember, and I want to hear about after pains.
Okay. My after pains were, I would say that like walking to the bathroom at the hospital for the first 2 days was really tricky. The first day someone was doing it with me just because I had an epidural and they wanted to make sure like, can you feel everything as you're walking? They didn't want me to fall. Mm-hmm. Then after that, I was doing it on my own, but like I do find that it's very like discombobulating because your body has so much relaxant in it that you kind of feel like Gumby walking, right? You feel a little disjointed. Like things are like as you're walking, you're just like, whoa, are my hips going to pop out? And then once I was home, it was like as those things started to heal, I started to notice more of the like contracting uterus as I was nursing.
Yes,
So like
those are
that,
intense.
but it wasn't very intense for me. I could
Really?
feel it, but I was never like, oh, this is not bearable or anything like that. I did not have a lot of pain in my vagina. I had pain in my lower back where you know how like you have to your body opens up and your tailbone sort of like lifts and all of that. So that area I find to be when you're staying in the hospital and you're laying on that harder bed and you're always in that sort of like back position, I just feel like my back gets really sore in that position. And then once you're home, you're kind of laying down a lot too. And so I found myself being really sore back there, but my vagina, my booty, like there was no real pains there.
Wow.
I did take ibuprofen though for the first few days after the fact. And then I stopped. And then once my arm got infected, I started taking it again to help reduce inflammation. So that was helpful. But when it would wear off, it wasn't like I noticed crazy pains down there. It was more just the contracting uterus pain and, you know, things like that. And then night sweats happen anyway. I'm not soaking the bed, but every night I do notice that like when I get up in the morning, I'm like, oh, my clothes are kind of damp, you know, like my underarms are damp. I smell horrendous.
It's the worst. That like breastfeeding early day, it's like so pongy.
So bad. I literally put this dress on before coming out here, and it's at least my third clothing change today because I also had on this like old t-shirt that had milk on it and sweat, and then I was wearing like pajama pants for most of the day. And when you sit, you sweat in those too.
Yes.
You just do it. It's not night sweats. It's all day sweats.
Yeah.
It's always sweating.
And I guess it's the body expelling excess fluid as well. It's like everything's kind of stripping off and coming off.
Yeah. And I would say that like it's better to be warm than to be cold in postpartum, in my opinion, because I've noticed that when I get cold or chilled at all in postpartum, it's actually kind of painful because my body tenses up and then it's like my uterus tenses up, my nipples get hard and then they hurt because you have like, you know, breasts full of milk. And so I really try to avoid like AC blowing or like anything like that. I just kind of like it to be warm and cozy, which, you know, isn't how everybody likes to sleep, but I shut the vents off in my room so that it's much warmer because then it's like I don't get that weird pain in my nipples or like the chill that happens at nighttime. Which,
I remember sleeping with a full bar heater on, like all night long with Prairie. But I also think because I had a home birth with Prairie, and I think I told you guys about an hour and a half after the birth, my midwife, Julie, who Sarah actually got to meet the other day on the computer, she was like, look, she's just 1 degree below what I feel comfortable with. And we were trying to really warm her up and keep her warm. But she was like, which is why I love Julie, because she's just errs on the side of caution. You know, I think another midwife might have been like, oh, she'll be fine. But Julie really was like, I would feel more comfortable if we just went and had her checked out. She's really tiny. You had a very rapid birth. Let's just go get her checked out. And I remember being like, oh, God, because I was so tired. Obviously, I've just given birth. I've pushed out the placenta. I'm like passed out on the couch and like we're now getting in the car and going. But I think because I knew she was little and she had those first 3 hours in the hospital getting warmed up. I just like, and then Mark was left 3 days postpartum, so I was on my own.
Oh my God!
I kind of felt like I just want this room to be really warm, so I slept with a full heater on.
Wow!
And I just was so warm for a whole month postpartum. That's just how I slept. I had,
which is good.
Yeah.
It's really healthy actually to have, not to be overheated by any means, because you should dress baby appropriately and like you don't want there to be any overheating, but the warming actually helps with the healing. So
Totally.
that's
And
good.
it's going to be interesting this time around because Mark hates the heat, cannot sleep in the heat at all.
Yeah.
Like literally cannot sleep in the heat. So I might have to kick him out of the bedroom. We'll see how we go. Like he cannot sleep. He sleeps with a fan on every night. Because Wait,
have you heard of the chili pad?
No.
Oh my gosh, you actually should get him a chili pad.
Is that something he lies on?
He sleeps on it.
Oh, get out.
You put it, so he puts it under his sheet and then sleep. It's called, chili pad systems, cold equals cold sleep. And I have friends who do it. So like he can make his like 67 degrees. And so it like cools him down. Even though the room is warm, it like can cool him down.
That is such a good solution.
Isn't that great? My friend does that, with her husband.
That's such a good solution because we really do sleep in different ways. Okay, I wanted to ask you as well, how has I know you had a few ups and a few downs emotionally over the last couple of weeks. How have you been navigating that and how are you feeling now?
I would say, it was interesting, like day 3 came about and I remembered that like in the process of day 3, I remembered, day 3 is like a dip day.
It is.
And then like day 6, I think day 6 or something is another dip day. But it did kind of I did that. But I also feel like part of the reason why I was dipping on those days was also because I was having so much else going on. Like I had the IV situation where I had the infection and I was like on an antibiotic and like, I knew that at some point Eric and the kids were going to go visit his mom and dad in Idaho. And at some point I would go and meet up with them. But that was also like, we were trying to figure that out and how do we make that work? And we really want the kids to see Nana and Papa. But, when is the right time for them to go? And I just remember being like really sad, like thinking about them going but also wanting them to go. So like I knew that my hormones and my emotions were like up and down and up and down. I think it's really, good in postpartum to be very in check with your like allow yourself to have your feelings and also understand that you're going to have a lot of big feelings in postpartum. Like you're going to feel amazing with a lot of energy some days. And then there's other days when I've woken up and I've been like, wow, I'm really, really tired. And I actually got sleep last night. And then the entire day, all I want to do is like be on the couch and hold the baby and nurse and be in and out of sleep with the baby all day.
Wow.
And it's like all I can really do. Like today ended up being one of those days. It's a Sunday and like I just really felt like I couldn't like do anything except for just be there and cuddle the baby and like.
And in some ways, the fact that Eric and the kids are away, there's maybe a little bit less pressure on your shoulders because I feel like there's a tendency when you have other kids and you're in postpartum and they're around to be like, I've got to show up and I've got to be doing the things with them and I'll get in the car and go with them to the store or like I really felt that. I felt like it's like I kind of didn't want to miss out. You've almost been granted this guilt-free at home you and baby while you know that they're off having an adventure, seeing their family, being with their dad, and you know that they're like just killing it and enjoying life right now. You actually get to just focus on healing, postpartum, connecting, listening to your body, it's sort of, I know, the separation is hard, but it's sort of kind of a gift in some ways.
Yeah, I think definitely it makes me proud of the kids for really being like, yeah, I want to do this, and especially Winter, who she's my little nugget who's always needed me for
Shadow.
everything. And she's my shadow. She's 4 years old, she's going to be 5 in the fall. And now she just it's like the baby came out and all of a sudden she was this very independent, hanging out in the bedroom. I love postpartum with the kids. And I also think you're right. There's been moments where I can sit on the couch for 6 hours and just be feeding the baby and changing her and snuggling her and reading to her and watching TV and whatever that, normally I wouldn't really be able to do that. I think there's both versions. And when I've been in postpartum before, we've done board games in the bed, we've done books in the bed, we've listened to music, they've come in doing dance parties and costumes, and we had a lot of that too here, which was really sweet and really special. And they get all this amazing bonding time, but it's also really special to have bonding time with your little one and yeah, and to have those days when you really can just rest. I think rest is so important in postpartum.
I keep saying I've been messaging with this new friend of mine here who just had a baby. She just had her first baby. And, but when she gave birth, it was during the cyclone. And
oh my God,
they lost power for 3 days. So she gave birth at home and then had to leave with her baby.
Oh gosh.
Because I was saying I really wanted my friend Sarah. She's really good at this and she really listens to her body and she stays in and she kind of bunkers down with the baby. And I really want to take a leaf out of her book and I'm going to attempt to do this first 40 days. And she was like, yeah, I really wanted to do that too. But obviously she gave birth in the middle of a cyclone. Yeah. But there is something to that. And I really hope that I'm going to be able to stay home and not try and get involved with all the school things and do the extracurricular activities. And I'm going to need you to be my mirror and be my reflection and be like, what do you do? What do you mean you've gone out to watch the football game on Sunday 2 days after giving birth?
No, I didn't get to go to the water polo game. I didn't go, there was definitely stuff that was happening here in the first, couple weeks where I was like, I can't go do that. But everybody knew, everyone knows that I can't, and I'm not leaving. And it's not because I think it's, really important, and you never, ever, ever get this chance again with this baby, right? It's kind of you were talking earlier about the baby shower, baby sprinkle. And I was going to say that, it's also one of my friends, because I was talking about how I'm feeling kind of silly about having a fourth baby shower, but then we lost everything in the fire. So I was like, well, there's also stuff that I really do, need to get. But at the same time, my friends were like, we want to give you things, tell us what you need. And I was like, okay, which was really, really sweet. But my friend was like, listen, every baby that you have, we want to honor that baby. And so it's not you don't have to feel bad about it. We want to celebrate. We want to celebrate you bringing this baby into the world. And I was like, oh yeah, that's really sweet. I was feeling so guilty about it. And then I was like, oh, I actually really love that outlook. You guys are wanting to celebrate this baby and what we're about to embark on in this new chapter. And I think that's really special. And so they made me a book where everybody wrote to the baby and had all these pictures. And, it was such an like they had everybody knew that I was going to name the baby Ocean around me. So they'd had this like basket created that said Ocean on it, and a book that said Dear Ocean. My friend Casey and Anna had that made, and it was so beautiful. But I think like it's okay to allow for that. It's just like we're taking a compliment, right? You're like, thank you for that.
Totally.
Also, taking care of yourself in postpartum, which none of us culturally do in where we're from. And being able to say, you know what, I feel like I'm ready to go out and do stuff, but I do realize like I am still bleeding a little bit. My body still needs to heal. I need to honor that. I need to be here with baby. And the first 4 weeks of a baby's life, there's so much bonding that needs to happen where you're skin to skin and you're cuddled up, and that this is baby's whole entire safe space. And the like more settled and calm and that you can be in that space, I think the better it is for the long run. And you'll never get that you'll never get that back.
It is literally my favorite. I was thinking today, I was like, I love waking up and not having any responsibilities or not having like a work thing I've got to go do or not. I'm always working in some capacity.
You really are.
Consider the Mother Daze work. It doesn't feel like work to me.
Me neither. It's a check-in.
Yeah.
It's a fun thing.
So I don't, and yes, I'm doing that, but it doesn't feel like work. Actual work, things like promoting movies, being on set, I'm like, oh my God, I don't have any of that coming up. Like I have these next 10 weeks or 11 weeks, or in Sarah's case, 12, 13 weeks from now, of just being able to chill and be with the kids and have my naps. But it is my favorite time in life. I was thinking about it yesterday and I was like, this is the best. And then on the other side of this, we get to have this little other person folded into the mix with these kids, and like, what is that going to feel like and look like? And it's just got me feeling so grateful and also so excited, like unbelievably excited. It does feel surreal. I'm sure you felt that way too. Like, I can't believe I'm going to have this little creature to love on and a whole other human being in my family soon. It's just wild.
I mean, that thing that you're describing, I remember when we were pregnant with Wyatt, we would lay in bed and look at each other and be like, pretty soon we're going to have this like little human laying right between us. And you would think that like feeling of, this like mystical miracle situation, you would feel like that it would change as you have more children. It doesn't. For me, at least, it didn't. Like at this time, that whole last 10 weeks, where you're at right now, Tess, when you start to really hone in on like birth and what we're about to embark on, and like, Eric said, when I was doing some sort of like thing with the birth sling at some point before I'd gone on a walk and I came back to stretch my hips and I was sitting on the yoga ball, and Eric was like, look at your mom. Like, isn't she amazing? It's like, she's like LeBron before the big game. Like, she's like getting herself all ready. Like, he was like, I can't wait for you guys to see her in her, like, what she's about to do. And he was just so hyping me up. But it really is like those last like 10 weeks, you're really preparing for the big game, you're like for that day. But you're also imagining this like little life that's going to come in and just be a part of your family. And the dynamic shifts a little bit. Winter stepped into her own, became Miss Independent, started playing by herself in the corner of my room, like for hours, where I'd be like, Winter, are you okay? Do you want to come up here? Oh, no, I'm good. I'm just playing. And I'd be like, wow, all by yourself? Like, but just it's amazing that I feel like that doesn't change. Like you're still daydreaming about this little being coming in, right?
Totally.
Like,
it's the best. And it's also so wild. Like Mark was talking to the belly last night and he was like, hello, it's your dad. I don't know if you're a boy or a girl. Your mom doesn't want to find out. Maybe you could tell me just between you and I. And I was like, oh my God. But
that is really funny.
But it is so funny to think like, oh yeah, we don't know if this is a little man in there or if it's a little woman in there. And that aspect is so wild as well. And then we were so dead set on the name, like first name and middle name. I was like, I know what it is, which has been the name I've shared with you, Sarah. Yes. And then the other day, Mark's like, but if it's a boy, I feel like the middle name should be different. I was like, oh God, we're back here again. We're back here again.
Okay,
oh my God.
I need to know what he thinks now.
Well, he was just thinking like the middle name could be more masculine, maybe, because the first name is quite gender neutral. And so he's like, well, what if we need a real masculine sounding middle name? I was like, oh, come
like
on.
Thor or Atlas.
I know. I was like, come on, really? But because both like the first and the middle are gender
That's
neutral.
Really funny.
So now I'm like, oh God, we're back here again. But one thing I did want to ask you, and for any daisies listening who are pregnant, I think there's a real tendency to buy so many things, especially if it's your first baby. And I just wanted to pick your brains for a minute because I've been ordering things online because I'm realizing that a lot of the like hand-me-downs I have, the clothes are fine, but some of the other stuff, like our car seat is a Doona car seat, but we brought it from America and it's actually, I've just found out, is not approved in Australia as a car seat.
Yeah.
So technically, like if...
Is that because it doesn't have the base or it does have
Australia
the base?
needs a top tether. So from the back, it has to tether to the top of the car seat. And the Doona doesn't have that or do that. So it's...
Even though it's backwards facing?
Yes. We still have almost like a seatbelt going from, like it goes over their head. Like Australia rear facing has this top tether.
That's interesting.
Yeah. And it's just a part of the car safety parameters here in Australia. So I've just found out that the Doona isn't going to work for us here.
Okay.
And also like I've lost the newborn insert and I don't know where the base is and whatever. So I could obviously use it, but I'm thinking of doing a whole new system of
I have an idea
the car
for you.
seat. And then I'm like, do I get the car seat that clicks into the pram? And then also because Prairie's only just would have turned 4, she still rides in a pram for longer rides. So I'm like, okay, so then like what's the double pram? So there's that I'm trying to figure out. But then there's things like I've got the dirtiest, like, gross old hand-me-down burp cloths, which I just need to throw out. And there are certain things I'm like, oh yeah, I probably don't have those things. So in your postpartum experience, if you could say the like 10 things you can't live without or whatever, I just want to make sure that I have everything sorted.
Smart. Okay. Really, that's a really good question. You actually wrote me and I did not write you back yet about that.
That's what I was going to ask you on the
pod. Okay. So I actually weirdly have a burp cloth right here that I love. I've got a bunch of different ones and a lot of them, some of them came in and they're like muslin and they're fine. But I actually really love these organic cotton burp cloths. And this one is it's from Burt's Bees, but they're very like nicely absorbent and they're organic and it's just cotton and it's super simple. But something that I use them for also is that I set up like a little changing station at the foot of my bed so that while I'm like co-sleeping or room sharing or whatever in the night, because I actually switch it up and kind of try
So do
a few
I.
different things all the time. Okay. So I don't want to get up out of bed and like go do something. I only want to get up if I have to pee. So I actually changed the baby's diaper like right on my bed in front of me. And I have a blanket that's already laid out there for that reason. And then I lay one of these burp cloths down so that if there's any sort of leakage or anything, then it goes on the burp cloth and that can just be easily washed. But everything else is still set up and easy to handle, right?
So you're not washing a big blanket every morning.
Totally.
Okay, yeah.
I'm washing just like this. And the blanket that's underneath is like a baby blanket swaddle, but a cotton one.
One of those thin.
Not the muslin ones, but like a cotton one that's more like this.
Okay.
It's like a little bit thicker of a blanket. So I got a bunch of the muslin swaddles, even though I don't swaddle, but I use them for everything. I throw them over the couch. I put them over like the like cot, you know, if I want to like lay her down for a few minutes, I'll put them, I just use them for all kinds of things. When I'm walking around with her, if I want to throw them over my shoulder. So I like having a few baby blankets like that. And then I got the Nuna system, Nuna. I got the Nuna system.
That's a car seat and a stroller?
Car seat. Yeah, there's like a car seat, there's a stroller, there's an infant car seat, and then there's like one, if you want one that sort of will like live in your car for until they're 6 years old or whatever, they have this one that's called the Exec that goes all the way from newborn to when they're that age. But that's not one that you can pop in and out and put on a stroller, right?
And would you feel like you do need the pop in and out because they fall asleep all the time in the car seat?
I probably don't need it because I'm not driving around as much, you know, where I live now versus where I was before. But I did end up getting that pop in and out one. The Exec one I have for winter, and she really loves it. And these car seats are also the ones that are, you know, they fall into the like non-toxic category. They don't have the flame retardants on them. So they're, I think, more like EU safe and like, you know, they're, I don't know, you can like look it up, but Nuna is also so highly safety tested as well. I don't know if they fit the Australian standards, but I would imagine they probably do.
Look into it, yeah.
So I really like that. I like having the one that you can just pop into a stroller if you need to. It's also really light. So I've had other ones in the past that were very heavy. I loved the Up-A-Baby system that I had before, but
Doona was amazing, but very heavy.
Yeah. And I've heard that Doona is really, really great for travel.
Yes. Yeah.
Like when you're traveling all the time and it's like so nice because it's a car seat and stroller all in one and you don't have to do a lot. But safety wise, you know, the Nuna has a base and it clicks in really easily in and out. It's just, yeah, I think she really loves it too. It's very comfortable. She seems happy in it.
And then do you have a DockATot?
So I tried to find DockATot, and I think DockATot
I think
isn't around right now, but I think it might be coming back. I did end up getting the Snuggle Me, I think it's called Snuggle Me Organic.
I have the same one as you. But
You do?
Yes, but I was, as a co-sleeper, I remember the one thing I loved about the DockATot was it had quite a hearty edge to it. Like it was quite strong, that edge, that like you couldn't roll. Like I would roll into it and be like, oh, I'm rolling into it. I felt like the Snuggle Me, the girls who use it,
very plush.
It's very plush. So I was like, what is the equivalent to the DockATot where there's like these really sort of thick edges? Because I'm going to do the same as you, where it's from the snoo into the co-sleeper. That's how I've always done it, like between the two things.
Well, I know that So Snuggle Me I saw has like a toddler size too. Like I have a bigger one. Because also the Snuggle for my child, the Snuggle Me is like she's pretty much has already grown out of it. And she's not even 3 weeks old yet. Because she's so big. She's like the size of a 3-month-old. So that one, I kind of feel like I could have graduated and just done the like toddler one. And I don't know if that one is like more like sturdy on the side.
Yes.
But I have the Plum and Sparrow bassinet.
Yes, it's so
and
cute.
they have one.
Oh.
They have an insert that is very much like it's like the mattress is very firm in the insert. And it's its own sort of DockATot thing. And the thing that goes around is also very, very sturdy.
Oh.
It's like it's like a harder foam. It's not like the Snuggle Me at all.
Yes.
And so when I'm like putting her down like you would do in the snoo, I would put her into that, but I could move that insert out and put it in my bed if I wanted to.
That's amazing. And
it's
that's
bigger.
next to the bed. You keep that next to the bed.
I keep it right next to the bed. It's like a bassinet that's on a rocker. And what's nice about that is that if I have to go to the bathroom, if I'm getting in the shower, like I pull it into the bathroom with me. Like it's very light, very easy. But I put her in that a lot, and she actually like lays in it, looks out the window. Like, if I'm sitting there and doing something, that I could like kind of hit it with my foot and it will rock back and forth for her. I love having it. And the Plum and Sparrow, they've been around for a while, and I've had a few versions of their baskets.
Me too.
And I just love them. I think they're so like,
and they're so cute,
really easy and easy. Yeah. So
and will you
those are
pull that into the lounge room, for instance? Like if you're going to go sit in the lounge room, will you bring that out and then that's there? She's either on you or in there.
Yeah. So I would do that. Or something that I've been doing like the last few days, just because I love trying out all different things, is that I would put the Snuggle Me or the Plum and Sparrow insert on the couch while I'm sitting with her.
Yes.
And so I nurse her, burp her if she falls asleep, and I'm not getting up. I'm not going anywhere. I'm sitting right next to her. I put her down in that, and I'm like watching a show, and she's totally asleep, like next to me on that.
Okay.
I also have this Baby Bjorn bouncer chair. It would only bounces when they kick their feet, but it like just kind of sits in an upright. It's really nice for people like, that have babies who have like a reflux or need to burp right after they feed or whatever, because it's a really nice position for them to be in. But I put her in that when we're like eating dinner all together as a family. So like, we would have dinner. I would go sit down at the table with everyone. I'd put her in the little bouncer chair on the floor, and then she would just hang out, and that has like the little hip buckles.
That's something I have not got yet, is a little bouncer.
Yeah. It's nice. It's like, they have the Mamaroo one that like is like a computer. It like moves.
I used to have that.
And then they have this one that is just, you just pop them in, and they can just, if it's a baby that can just like chill and look out the window, then that's really nice for that too.
Okay. Okay. Amazing. Okay. So the swaddles you use more as blankets, the burp cloths. Okay. The Nuna car seat stuff, the Plum and Sparrow, and that bouncer. Yeah. Any other? Oh, well, you did mention that one nighty, those nighties.
Yeah. So Oso and Me, however you say that, but they make these amazing gowns. They're the softest ones I've found. They're so awesome because they kind of come over your baby's legs, and they have the option of like snapping them if you want to snap it for making like a pants outfit later. But it's, starts off as like a gown that's kind of gathered at the bottom. It's so great because when you're changing diapers at night, you literally just pull it up and change the diaper and pull it down. You don't have to snap. You don't have to zip. You don't have to do anything.
So good.
That makes life so easy when they're this little, and it, it's nice and warm, and like it's great. Those are awesome. And then I don't know if you're doing which diaper version that you're doing this time, but if you're going to use any like regular diapers, I've really liked the coterie ones.
Wonder if
I
they
think
have
they're
those in
awesome.
Australia.
I know. They've been amazing. Of all the diapers I've used, like these ones have been so good so far.
You know, I did do cloth diapers for the majority of them, but then when I moved to, it was Prairie, when I moved to the regular diapers, but actually both girls got such bad diaper rash. Remember I told you? And the only way the only thing that I figured out for the diaper rash was I would put Bayo on first on their booties, and then I would put a powder over the top of the Bayo. So the powder stuck to the Bayo. And it was like a mineral, like a white clay, organic mineral powder. And then that was the only thing that got rid of the diaper rash. And what I did was I just used it as a preventative. So every single time I changed them, I would put Bayo on and then I put the white clay. And then I could use regular nappies. But if I didn't do that with regular nappies, mine was so sensitive down there.
Yeah.
It was so hard. And then I had to go through for both girls sleeping with no diapers on, like in the middle of the night. I would just have to I put puppy pee pads underneath them. And we co-slept and they would just piss and shit on the puppy pee pads.
Because they get so irritated.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah.
We've had, so, you know, we're like 2.5 weeks in and she's had 1 million poop diapers in the night. And she's not had any irritation whatsoever. And that's really not normal for my little ones because they always end up having something.
Okay, well, I'm going to look into that diaper brand.
Okay, I was going to show you that I made do you have Baby List in Australia?
Yeah.
Okay, so I made a whole like registry on Baby List, and it's like the access that you have to everything. You just type in like organic this, or if you're going to do any sort of bottles, like glass bottles instead of plastic, I would like look that up. I got a manual pump because I'm crazy and I just like to be able just to like hand pump while I'm like breastfeeding on the other side. It's $30.
And you just froze that stash? You just freeze a stash? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I only did it a couple times. So I did it when she slept a little bit longer and my boob was really, really, really full. I just wanted to get that milk out before I like overwhelmed her. And so I did that. And then I got the Haka catch one, the one that you can put on and it like catches the milk for you too. But the Baby List actually makes it really easy to put everything in one place and you can see it all. And then you're like, oh, maybe I don't need this or I do need this. And you can add anything from anywhere, any website on. And it actually helped me a lot with knowing what was out there now versus what was out there 5 years ago when we were like, that was the challenge. That's how I like researched the car seats and like diaper pail. Do you have a diaper pail?
I do not have one.
Okay. I got an Ubi diaper pail because it's supposed to be no smell.
Oh, good.
So
okay, that's what we want.
really stinks when you open it. Otherwise,
no smell.
You don't smell anything.
Ubi. Okay. Amazing. Done.
So anyway,
better than me like throwing diapers in the middle of the night onto the floor. Like, oh, I'll deal with that later. I'll deal with that in the morning.
Actually, I've been doing that too, where I like throw them into a small like basket and then, you know, waste basket. But then in the morning, like somebody, Eric or one of the kids or Sonia will like take it out and put them all into the Ubi pail. My
mom used to sneak in into my hot room, and I'd wake up and like the diapers were gone. And I'm like, oh my God, I think my mom snuck in and threw them all away for me.
Oh, that's so nice.
Oh, amazing. That's so helpful.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll put the link to Baby List in our show notes so that people can find that easily.
Okay, great.
And a few of these other products in there too.
Maybe next time we should talk a little bit about things for you.
Yes.
Not just things for baby, but we should talk about the things that are super necessary. I've tried so many of the bras. I can give you my do's and don'ts.
Yes, I can't wait to hear that. Oh, amazing. Well, thank you for the hot tips. You're doing such a good job. She's so cute. She gets me so excited.
Thank you. Oh my God, you're so cute.
All right, you guys, you have been listening to the Mother Daze. You can find us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your potties. See you later. Bye.